Okay, this is a demo of the Asimathas fight for higher ground Immortal All Bosses speedrun. So to get to Asimathas, you go in the tavern, or the brewery, and you talk to this guy in the back, and you ask him for a rainbow stone. And you get a rainbow stone. I've already rested, I'm all set up for this fight. I'm going to explain my setup briefly, just my gear setup. And then I'll explain the buffs I'm using and start the fight. I'm in a greater sanctuary on my way there. This isn't really necessary. Freedom of movement isn't necessary either. I'm just using that to speed it up and not have to run into any enemies. Everything is despawned through here because I just walked through here to the boss arena and discovered I was not prepared correctly, so I had to start this recording over once. Alright, this is Asimathas' cave. You just get a little warning outside. Oh, here's the enemies. These are the enemies that I tried to rest and I got spawns on me. That's fine. I can decoy them away from the cave. Okay. So this is Asimathas' cave. He'll spawn at the back if I walk forward from here. My gear setup is Hospitaler's Blade, Medic's Belt, and I'm going to switch to Medic's Gloves now. I was wearing a glove for haste to get in here quickly. So these three items are boosting my heal skill. I also have max heal ranks for my level. I'm giving this demo at level 32, but there's no element of what I'm about to do that's going to function any differently than it would at level 30. It's just that I would be above the tag level cap here. So this will be exactly the same as if I were at level 30. Just have a tiny bit more HP. Okay, so I'm wearing Tempered Full Plate for 25% fire immunity, Divine Persistence and Periaptive Wisdom +9 to max out my wisdom to get extra slots. I also have 2 priest rings. These are fixed drops as well, and they give me extra spell slots. I've got Rihanna's Constancy for knockdown immunity and AC. Got Cloak of Worldliness so that I can use the sword I'm using because I don't have martial proficiency. And I'm about to put on a shield called Dragon Breach. I'm really just wearing this for the slashing resistance because, as far as I know, Dragon Claw weapons are slashing type. So first thing I'm going to do is cast Haste to occupy the haste that I lost for taking off those gloves. Then I'm going to cast Maximized Owl's Wisdom on me. And then I'm going to take off my wisdom gear. I still have 2 wisdom on my blade, so it's still maxed out. I'm switching to a helm with fear immunity and a natural armor amulet, which give me natural AC. That's it for the gear. Now I just do the buffs. Let me make sure I have my notes up here. So after haste and maxed Owl's Wisdom, I want maxed endurance, which will almost double my HP. I want to cast Magic Vestment on my armor and shield. This gives 9 AC to each, which is why I don't care about the armor, the AC on my gear very much. I want Energy Buffer, Shield, Life's Grace. These are all AC buffs. Well, except for Energy Buffer. Energy Buffer is to soak some extra fire damage. Divine Power, Displacement, Elemental Shield, and that's it. Now I'm ready. I'm going to go spawn him. I'm going to activate defensive casting mode, cast Bigby's Interposing Hand on him, and then start casting damage spells. My AC is 79 right now. His AB is 65. Because I'm using Interposing Hand, his AB will drop to 55, and he will have to roll a 20 to hit me. Plus I have Displacement. So, spawn him. Interposing Hand. Guaranteed to hit. 34 damage. Wow, okay. That's even weaker than I expected. You can see he's already to injured. I'm doing 286 per spell. He's not quite dead, so I'm going to switch to Empowered. There he is. So that took about 10 spells. So, what I was doing there, apart from the defenses I already explained, like I was taking, let's see, on a breath attack, I took 40 fire damage instead of like I had 200 or something. I had a 75% boost to my fire immunity plus energy buffers resistance. My subrace has a 25% penalty to fire, so I was actually only at 50% immunity. But an average character, like doing this with unlockable subraces, will have even more immunity. I was doing 286 per maxed inflict critical wounds, and I was doing 242, 259, slightly less with Empowered. Compare that to Destruction, which will do like 140, 150. It's almost double. So that's Asimathas, killed in 10 spells from a Battle Thurge. The touch attack has to roll a 1 to miss. The one thing he can do, the one scary thing he can do is cast Time Stop. It didn't happen in this fight. He doesn't live very long, so he doesn't have very long to cast it on you. But if he does cast it on you, you want to bring one of these. One of these things I don't have with me, because I ended up using it. There's a thing called a Rebirth Stone. They're fixed drops throughout the world in specific places, and they will consume a death, and you won't have any buffs after you come back, but it will keep you alive through a death. That's the fight. Really simple. Just a pretty high AC setup, some fire immunity, a clever gear setup. Any player can do this. This is an open subrace character. Running out of strength. This is an open subrace character. Any character can use this. This is Plain Touched Air Genasi. It's a Thurge build, so you need 18 Intelligence and Wisdom by level 19, and 9 levels each in Wizard and Cleric, and then you just keep going up. Like you would need, let's see, by level 30, you would need Cleric. You would need at least Cleric level 13. I'd recommend a bit higher than that. So the items I'm using here are all shop or set drop items. I'll explain where each of them comes from. The Hospitaler's Blade is an item, I forget which weapon vendor sells it, but it's in the shops. Dragon Breach comes from the Imports Armor Dealer. Cloak of Worldliness comes from the Imports Item Dealer. Medic's Gloves comes from the Imports Item Dealer. Rhiannon's Constancy is from the Brewery. The Medic's Belt, I think, is also from Imports Items Dealer. He's got some good stuff. Tempered Full Plate is a guaranteed drop off the Lava King. Squire's Hat is a guaranteed drop in a loot spot in the Wilderness, which is 2 screens west of town. The Priest's Circle, you'll have to go get 2 of these. Well, you don't have to, but it's nice to have 2 of them. That's a guaranteed drop in the furthest east loot spot in the Dark Glade. There's enemies there that are kind of dangerous, but they don't have true seeing, so you can get through there. Like if you go along the south side of the map, you can get to the loot spot. It's furthest to the east. It's the closest to the Lair of the Guardians. Amulet of Natural Armor plus 9 comes from the Abandoned Temple Exterior, which you can get to by going to the Abandoned Farm. You have to pick up some corn from the box in town next to the crop circle. Make sure you have that corn and a teleport gem in your inventory, and step on the crop circle, you'll be taken to the Abandoned Farm. There's a locked gate on that map. The box next to the house has the key for that, and you need to go in through invisibility to get it safely. The plus 9 amulet is on the right side of the map as you're facing in. It's just like next to the right raised platform. This won't make any sense to anybody if you don't know what I'm talking about, if you're not trying to do it at the moment. But just trying to explain how I got all these items. These are all freely accessible to anybody. They're not rare drops or anything. These are all guaranteed items you can get from shops or fixed drop locations. So this is all done with stuff you could just get guaranteed, which is part of the reason it's part of the route in a speedrun, because I kind of have to rely on things that are guarantees as much as I possibly can. That's all I'm going to do for. That's all I'm going to say for this demo. Yeah, that's the Asimathas done with guaranteed gear, a guaranteed sub-race, an easy-to-build character build, and killed in 10 spells safely, perfectly safely. This is almost a guarantee to happen. The only thing he can do is time stop you. So thanks for watching.